tomorrow, Mitzvah Shem, 4:25. Okay, and then we remember when it was 4:25. Slowly. Last week, I wanted to. I don't want to pass the Parshas Bo. We know that Bo has the gematria of Bo is 3. If you say, what's the significance of 3? So everybody says, of course, the last 3 makos are bechoshech, makos bechoros, which of course is true. But there is something else which should not be overlooked. And in Parshas Bo were the 3 children. Usually we call 3 sons. It really could be 3 daughters as well. But 3 children. Who were the 3 children mentioned in Parshas Bo? The first is the Rasha. He says, it says, "V'chiyomru aleichem b'neichem." When your children tell you, they're not asking anything. Chiyomru, they're telling you. And the Meforshim talk about the fact that they're mocking you. Ma havoda hazos lechem. What are you doing all this? I mean, that's one approach. And then, who's next? The Mishair no Yadei Lisho. The other one that for whatever reason, he doesn't ask because he doesn't know even what to ask. How do you know? Because the Pasuk says, V'higarito. He's not even saying anything. You walk over to him, and like Rav Meir Schuster, Zecher Tzadik Livracha would say, hey, you have the time? And he'd say, yeah, look, let me tell you more about Judaism. Fine. He's the Ein Yadei Lisho. And then there's the lad. The other one is the Tam, the one who's rather simple. He asks, when your child will say to you, he'll ask, he'll say, Mazos, what is it? What is all this? He sees all the preparation, the whole table being set, before that, the Korban Pesach being prepared. What is it? And so we explained to him too. The question is, though, of course, where is the 4th child? Where's the 4th child? And I believe although I didn't see it inside, but it was attributed to me from Rav Elio Kitov, who said, where's the 4th child? He's in Parshas Eschana. Parshas Eschana? Why, that's 30 Parshas away. 30 Parshas away. In the Torah, as we know, there are 54 Parshas. 54 Parshas. Let me digress for a moment. Haman's name is mentioned in the Megillah 54 times. And one of the reasons it's 54 times is because he tried to destroy the people of the 54. Okay? Of the 54 Sedras. So he's blotted out 54 times. Okay. But now let's go back to this. So the Parshas Bo is number 15. 15. Parshas Eschanan is 45. There are 30 Parshas between Parshas Bo and Parshas Eschanan. And that's where the Chacham is. He asks a very deep question. He starts off like the Tam. Whereas the Tam says, Mazos. The Chacham, he really goes in. So the question is, how come that he's not in Parshas Bo? Because after all, we're talking about the children. They're not necessarily the same family. They're not necessarily the same gender. But the fact is, they're more or less in the same situation with the same vicissitudes that one has. The other one didn't grow up in the home of a great Talmud Chacham. Because otherwise, it's less for us to really understand from the fact that he's the Chacham. What is it? Why is it that he is 30 Parshas away? And that's really the answer in itself. He's 30 Parshas away because he remained diligently applying himself to the Torah for a longer time. The Rasha surfaced right away. The Enya B'Elin show probably didn't have a chance, unfortunately, for whatever it is, and the Tam just really didn't get into it enough. But the Chacham, he's 30 Parshas away. He never left the Beis Medrash, or if he did, he still made sure that he was Kovei to Torah, so that therefore he became a Chacham. The message is clear. There's no pill that we can take. A person has to be as diligent as his situations allow. The more, the better, of course. But the idea is that is the way that any person can be. Anyone can be there. That's the important thing. Anyone can be able to be that chacham if he will apply himself, if she will apply herself as well. To be a girl can become a bas talmid chacham, said the Chazon Ish, in two ways. She could be the daughter of a talmid chacham, or she herself could be a talmid chacham, and she can learn, and that's what that's the food I wanted to share with you. This week's parsha, the parsha of Emunah. Think of it for a moment. Could we start off Kriyas Yamsuf? Everyone saw Zek Keli V'Yanveyu. There was clear. Kadosh Baruch Hu split the sea, no question about it. But then we have Mon, Lechem Min Hashamayim. Ani mamti lachem, I am going to rain down on you. Lechem Min Hashamayim. There's a shaila in halacha. What bracha did they make on Mon? Some say they didn't make a bracha at all because it's a food of a miracle. You don't make a bracha on a food that comes from a miracle. It's not the regular food. Others say no, they made a bracha. Hamotzi lechem min hashamayim. Of course, but the fact is, it was clear. It came min hashamayim for the period of 40 years in the day. And then Amalek at the end. When Moshe raised his hands, the Jewish people were victorious. As the Gemara in Rosh Hashanah says, because they looked to God. Everyone saw HaKadosh Baruch Hu was the one throughout. And this is Emunah. Emunah, I was learning with our verses this evening, the Chovas HaVavos says clearly that Emunah is everywhere. Emunah, the opportunity for Emunah. Emunah, faith, belief in Hashem, is like oxygen. It is our spiritual oxygen. That which is more essential in the world, in the physical world, is more abundant. Gold and silver, less abundance. Bread, water, oxygen. It's there for the taking. Drink it in, as Rabbi Victor Miller would say. Okay? So the idea is, Emunah, it's all over. Wow. Everything, all right, everything attests to the Shamayim Esapim Kvod Hashem. That's everything as such. All right. So another part that I would just emphasize is Hinei Mamti Lachem Lechem Min Hashamayim. Just the Shamayim, the man, really is another term which we refer to as Parnasa. Hashem gave us the Parnasa in the desert. That was it for 40 years. And Hashem gives us Parnasa now. And just as it was evident then, and it set the stage for us to understand that our Parnasa comes min hashamayim, unequivocally, unambiguously, so too now, where it is not as unequivocal, it is not as unambiguous, because we're the ones who are going to work. We are the ones, in whatever way it is, who make, so to speak, make it happen. And we understand that's not really it. Yes, there's Bezeas Apecha Toichel Lechem that Hashem has decreed. Yes, a person must make an effort. But as one makes the effort, one has to clearly understand that success or failure of my effort is in the hands of Hashem. The result is decided by Hashem. Very often people can work and work and work, and they don't get that which they don't get those results. Or if it doesn't come in on the front end, it seems as if they're getting the results, it can happen on the back end, that there'll be expenses that they never ever thought that they'd have that will eat away at what they made. Or somewhere in the middle, in between, it'll happen. Whether whether it's a car that breaks down, a refrigerator that doesn't work, the necessity of having whatever it is, but it's really the success or failure what a person is going to do as he fulfills the decree of Bezeas Apecha Toichel Lechem. It's going to be really in the hands of Hashem, and that is something a person has to realize while he is making that effort. How much more time do we have? Okay. The last thing that I would say over here is Zakeli Vanveyu. We have in Az Yashir. This is my God. I have a personal relationship with Hashem. And at the same time, Elokei Avi, he is the God of my fathers. I will rejoice in him because he's the God of my fathers. Meaning, I have a personal relationship and a relationship that goes back to 3,332 years of relationship, that even things that I may not understand so well, but I know that previous generations, I rely on them. That's like we say in davening every day. Elokeinu, personal relationship, Elokei Aviseinu. And this is an ironclad relationship that we have with Hashem. A good Shabbos.